NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, the latest storm system makes its way into our area. What parts of the state are seeing big snow totals and who's getting next to nothing.
Plus, what the candidates have to say today about the results from last night's caucuses in Iowa.
And will it be an early spring for South Central Wisconsin? We ask our expert, Groundhog Jimmy in Sun Prairie. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ashley Matthews.
And good morning to you. I'm Christine Belport. The winter storm officially here. Snow is beginning to fall in Madison, but how long is that expected to last and how much are we going to get?
That's right. Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino joins us live from outside our studios on the west side of Madison with a closer look at where the storm system is headed next.
I knew this was a bad idea. Snow coming down, pretty good clip, moderate to heavy snow taking place in Madison right now. And as we take a look at radar, you can see that there's more snow to come around here. I think we'll pick up a quick couple inches, maybe a touch more than that, before we start to see some rain mixing in with the snow. We are under a winter weather advisory in south central Wisconsin for Dane County and counties southwest and northeast of Madison, but a winter storm warning remains in effect to the northwest of here. That's where the big snowfall totals will end up. I think we are going to gradually transition to rain later today. I'll have your complete forecast when I get back inside, coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, come back inside, please. New at 11, a Green Lake County man has been convicted of killing his estranged wife and her boyfriend. Nicholas Toonstra was found guilty in the shooting deaths of Melissa Toonstra and Justin Daniels in September of 2014 in Berlin. They were killed 2 days after the Toonstras filed for divorce. A sentencing date for Nicholas Toonstra hasn't yet been set. Happening today, a suspect in the shooting death of a 5-year-old Beloit boy is expected to be in court. 18-year-old Hugo Martinez is expected to be formally charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of Austin Ramos Jr. 2 weeks ago. Ramos was riding in the back seat of a car driven by his father when an SUV pulled up and opened fire. Isaac Torres was formally charged in court yesterday. Eric Salazar Mota and Sergio Ortiz Regoza were arrested out of the state earlier this week and are being extradited back to Rock County.
Also today, Bill Cosby is in a Pennsylvania courtroom this morning trying to get sexual assault charges against him dropped. Cosby's accused of drugging and sexually assaulting a woman at his home in 2004. Today, Cosby's lawyers will ask a judge to throw out criminal sexual assault charges because of a deal they say Cosby made with the DA 10 years ago. And now to our decision 2016 coverage. The race moves to New Hampshire today after a nail-biter in Iowa last night. Republicans had a winner not long after the caucuses ended, but Democrats had to wait until this morning. Tracy Potts tells us in some precincts it took a coin flip to decide.
Hi guys. Good morning.
The candidates are on the ground in New Hampshire, campaigning furiously following last night's Iowa caucuses. On the Democratic side, a razor-thin finish. Hillary Clinton edged out Bernie Sanders.
I stand here tonight breathing a big sigh of relief. Thank you, Iowa.
After counting all night, Clinton was declared the apparent winner by the narrowest of margins, less than half a percentage point.
Iowa, thank you.
Bernie Sanders had this reaction right after he landed in New Hampshire.
We look forward to doing well here in New Hampshire. And after that, we're off to Nevada and then South Carolina, where I think we're going to surprise a whole lot of people, just as we did in Iowa.
Ted Cruz quoting the Bible, claiming the biggest victory ever in Iowa caucus history.
Tonight, Iowa has proclaimed to the world, morning is coming. Morning is coming.
Donald Trump landed in second place, barely ahead of Marco Rubio.
We will go on to easily beat Hillary or Bernie or whoever the hell they throw up there.
Rubio, a close number 3, was the first to declare victory here.
So this is the moment they said would never happen.
All the candidates pledging to battle it out in New Hampshire and beyond. Tracy Potts, NBC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
Two candidates ended their campaigns after a poor showing in last night's caucuses. Democrat Martin O'Malley ended his campaign. The former Maryland governor finished with just 1% of the votes in Iowa. Republican Mike Huckabee ended his third campaign for president. He failed to even register among Republican caucus goers.
Will we have an early spring? NBC 15's Meredith Barrick was with Jimmy the Groundhog in Sun Prairie this morning and found out his prediction.
Here at Sun Prairie's 68th annual Groundhog Day prognostication ceremony, we heard from Jimmy. It's official. We're going to have an early spring. Plenty of families came out to hear Jimmy's prediction early this morning, despite the possibility of snow and the cold temperatures. Through the bars of his cage, Jimmy the 12th whispered into Mayor Paul Esser's ear, who then translated Jimmy's prediction to the crowd.
On this cold and snowy February 2nd, I, Jimmy the Groundhog, have consulted the skies over Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and determined them to be overcast. So I am unable to see my shadow. In consideration of this, I thereby proclaim that we will have an early spring.
An early spring wasn't the only thing being celebrated. The winner of the Groundhog Day understudy contest, Asher, got to help with the festivities, and many were excited to snap pictures with the new Groundhog mascot. And of course, as everyone was wondering, this Jimmy behaved this year. He wasn't naughty at all, and all ears were safe. In Sun Prairie, I'm Meredith Barrick, NBC 15 News.